Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we'll be looking at AMC, GME, SPY, and Bitcoin, giving you guys an update and prediction on the overall crypto market, the overall stock market, and of course the meme stocks AMC and GME. We're going to be looking at the technicals on the small term and short term levels, giving you guys a prediction and update on what we could expect throughout this week and for the coming weeks. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. And if you find this video informative, go ahead and press a like and subscribe. As always, let's hop right in. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're going to be looking at AMC, GME, SPY. We're also going to be quickly looking at Bitcoin as well, giving you guys an update and prediction on what I expect here in the future for the next couple of days and throughout the week. And again, you could tune into my live stream tomorrow. I will be streaming the market live, giving you guys updates and predictions as these things roll out and happen. So if you want to see that as well, you can tune in for that. Let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. SPY kind of made this bull flag right here. You have a move to the upside, and then you have this descending channel, which is a bullish pattern. You break to the upside and use it as support, breaking out and pushing up over this key support resistance of 474.92. I expected this to be retested here, here in after hours and in the power hour last 30 minutes, and that's exactly what we did see, a big push up here in the last 30 minutes, and then it did get above it and use it as support. I do expect this level to hold throughout after hours and throughout pre-market tomorrow morning, starting off at that level and then getting a push to the upside, going back to retest 476.60. Okay, now I don't think we're going to get much higher than 478, 480 in my personal opinion. We might not even be able to break up above this 476.60, but we are going to definitely see a retest of at least 476.25 in that range. So there's a support resistance at 476.25, and I do think we're going to see sorry about that. I do think we're going to see at minimum a retest of that level. So I think we're going to be moving back up to the upside for SPY, seeing a little bit of bullishness here tomorrow, and then in the later half of the week start to move back down to the downside. I do think it is going to be a bearish week for SPY, overall a red week for SPY, moving to the downside. We did play some puts in the Discord, and those did hit those price targets here today. I do think we could hit some lower price targets here in the later half of the week, but probably not until around Thursday and Friday. Tomorrow's probably going to be a little bit more bullish day for SPY as it kind of recovers and moves back towards this 476, 477 level. We did have the Fed speaking today, so that did kind of affect things. As far as tomorrow, we don't really have too much going on. I will show you guys what data is dropping for tomorrow. I normally only look at 3-star impact data sets, and we don't really have anything coming out for Tuesday. Retail sales coming out on Wednesday, Thursday building permits, and Friday Michigan consumer sentiment. So these are things to look out for. They're not huge data sets, but they are stuff that can definitely affect and move the market. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY overall. I do think we're going to see a move back to the upside, overall flat here in after hours and pre-market, using this 474.92 level as support, which is a key level of support resistance, and that's going to give us a push to the upside, especially breaking out of this bullish channel right here that we're looking at. So that's what we're looking at. Let's go ahead and move into GameStop and show you guys some of the numbers going on for GameStop. I also want to show you quickly as well some of the reasons why I don't think SPY will be able to top out past those higher levels, and I'll show you guys here on TradingView. If you go ahead and look at SPY, you guys can see that there is a massive amount of sell walls above these levels here at 475, 476. If we go ahead and zoom out, you guys can see that there are more sell walls here at 476. So you can see that 476, 477 level is a heavy sell area, and of course, basically 476, 477. That level is very heavy sell area. So I don't think we'll be able to get much higher than we are right now. And again, that's why I think we're going to end up making an overall topping pattern and start working our way down making lower highs. As you guys can see, this is a lower high, this is a lower high, this is a lower high. I think we're going to continue that pattern, making lower highs, and continue this overall downtrend that we're starting to make. So that's what I'm looking at for SPY. Let's go ahead and move into Bitcoin. I did say during the live stream, you could see a move to about 43.5K. This is where we're at right now on BTC, sitting at 43.5K exactly. I said this because we were breaking out of this pennant right here, and this pennant had a price target of the 43.5K level, and that is what we just hit here a few minutes ago. BTC looks like it is going to be reversing and moving back to the upside. So I think BTC is starting to get its bullishness back. You have to remember there are going to be pullbacks in a bull market, okay? I believe that Bitcoin is actually entering a bull market and going into a bull run, and you have to remember that pullbacks are going to occur during this bull run. I don't feel any type of way about anyone who took profits or sold, especially if they bought all the way down at 28K, but me personally, I am going to be holding because I think we're going to see much higher highs on BTC based off of the things like the MACD on the monthly time frame having a green MACD with that buy signal. And again, the last time we've seen something like this with a MACD green and monthly buy signal, we've seen Bitcoin go all the way from 3K to 69K. Absolutely explosive price action. So I do think Bitcoin is actually going to make a higher high than that 69K that we see here. And I believe this is going to happen slightly after the halving. The halving happens to happen in April. So a couple months after April, we could definitely see Bitcoin passing and going above all-time highs. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin in the overall crypto market. As far as today, overall crypto market is green over the last hour, and then as overall on the day, it is green as well. You can see some of these coins are seeing some decent gains, and this is why the crypto market is much more exciting than the stock market, because the gains are much higher and things are much more transparent because of the blockchain. Let's go ahead and go into GameStop and show you guys what's going on for GME. I do want to point out that as of right now, GME has 0 shares available to borrow. And as of right now, AMC is sitting at 2.2 million. This could change as of tomorrow morning. I will be running over the numbers constantly. But as of right now, time of recording, those are the numbers. GME is right now sitting at $13.99. I believe that GME is actually going to hover around this lower level of support and then work its way up during pre-market. So basically either in after hours, have green after hours, slightly green after hours, and slightly green pre-market, work its way up over $14. I'm hoping it does that here in pre-market and after hours, and then starts the day above $14, able to hold these levels of support and then make a move to the upside, going back towards 1425 and 1460, where it has a lot of gap fills. There's a gap fill here on the daily time frame here at $14.60. I do think this gap is obviously going to get filled because gaps get filled. GME is outside of the Bollinger Bands. This thing's going to be bouncing, okay? It's going to bounce. RSI is getting extremely oversold. You can see that RSI is at 21. I don't think it's going to be going much lower than this, but they absolutely hammered AMC and GME today. They did not let their foot off of the gas, and they made sure to keep shorting it, and doing all the manipulation they could to try to get these two stocks down. They do not want GME getting any type of momentum, which will help AMC, and they definitely don't want AMC getting any type of momentum, which could help GME. Both of these things need to be contained, and they're doing their best to try to shake us out and psychologically manipulate us to make us sell our shares, because if they cannot get us to sell our shares, that's what they have to do. They literally have to make us sell the shares. That is their goal, to make us sell the shares, because if they cannot, this problem will not go away. So if we continue to hold, if we continue to buy when we can and not over leverage ourselves, this is still going to be a major problem for shorts. And we're seeing these issues still reoccur because we're starting to see AMC short interest go up. You can see that AMC short interest is reported at 9.29%. It was only at 7.90%. We're seeing GME short interest is staying the same and or increasing. You guys can see it's at 22.88%, sitting at about 22.88, 23%. Guys, These are impressive numbers for both stocks. You want to get a little bit higher short interest like GME, but even having that 9% short interest is impressive. And we are starting to see this liquidity dry up for AMC and GME once again. Now, AMC has a long way to go because we do want to see these numbers like 2.2 million. We want to see that get that much closer to zero like GameStop seeing. We want to see these FTDs pick up as well. GameStop's FTDs are starting to pick up, but AMC had a large amount of FTDs back in August of last year, about 50 million FTDs. We want to see these FTDs pick up, and this is how we're knowing liquidity is starting to dry up once we see these numbers get lower, once we see cost of borrow go higher, once we see the FTDs pick up and the short interest pick up. That way we know the shorts are back in the position with their back against the wall, and we could potentially see a short squeeze. Do not give yourself a time limit on AMC or GME. Literally just hold until the thing happens, okay? Literally just hold it until it happens. Do not give yourself a time limit. Do not over leverage. But I think GME is going to make a recovery back to the upside. Overall macro for GME is still in the same thing. I think it's going to make a higher low once it does bottom here and then continue back to the upside, heading back towards $18 and making an overall uptrend in my personal opinion after it does make a higher low here. And recover, it's going to start moving back to the upside, and that's going to make an overall uptrend from that $11 bottom up to a higher low. So I think GME is in good shape. We just need to get this bottom worked out and then start moving up from there. Let's go ahead and go into AMC. So AMC, we did talk about a possible bottom of $4.15. You can see that today AMC hit $4.13. I believe that this is one of potential bottoms, okay? The other one would have to be $4, and then there would be one at $3.80 if there was any levels that we would bottom at. So again, it would be $4 if we go below this, and below that would be $3.80. I really don't see a world where we go lower than the previous low before the reverse split was at about $3.60. So I really don't see us going lower than that. Now, AMC is making a potential bottom right now from what we can see. We don't have a lot of price action, but what we can see, it's potentially that we could get a retest again of this $4.13 level. And if we can hold $4.13 and start building a base there, AMC could potentially see a bottom. But if we do not hold $4.13, you're going to see a move to about $4. So be prepared for anything tomorrow. You could see another big red day, believe it or not. You're going to see bleeding. You're going to see capitulation because they need to literally shake us out. They have a lot of control right now because they have all of these short shares. And I went and explained it in the live stream how the dilution allows them to directly get shares because I explained it all with the 13Fs and everything. If you want to get the whole explanation, you got to watch the live stream. But I literally showed it with the 13Fs and showed how he's selling the shares to Citigroup and all that stuff and selling them to Goldman Sachs, and they're using these shares to short, and that's why they have so much control and so many shares at all times. So we're waiting for this liquidity to dry up. We're waiting for these shares to die down, and we need to hold. We literally need to take this punch in the gut and make it out to the other side because that's the only way we can finally get through this thing. And the only thing that they can do is try to make us sell our shares. So as long as we do not sell, we continue to hold. This is going to be a problem for them, and there could be a potential short squeeze as long as people remain behind AMC, short interest remains high, and we continue to see people interested in buying AMC and making videos about AMC, doing all that stuff, bringing people into AMC. That could cause a chain reaction where gamma kicks in after we start moving up. Then price continues higher, FOMO kicks in, then shorts have to cover because the price comes too high, and that creates a chain reaction of a short squeeze. So again, we could see these things pop off, but let's take things one step at a time. Let's look at this $14 level, or $4 level. Let's see if we can finally make a bottom and move back to the upside. When in doubt, zoom out, guys. We have RSI at historic lows, almost 18 on the daily time frame. I am looking for a rally from AMC once it does recover. And why do I say that? Because every time RSI gets this low, you guys can see we have big rallies. RSI went down to 27 only here. We had a big rally to the upside. Then we had this big dump. RSI went down to about 24. We had this big rally here. Then we had a massive dump here. RSI got down really low, went down to about 18. We went from this level all the way up here. there's going to be a big rally from AMC when it does recover, because once RSI gets this low, you can see it gets this low, you have a big rally. Every time RSI gets this low, you have a big rally after you recover. It's going to take some time. You can see that sometimes it takes time. You can see it takes days and makes an uptrend, a little bit of pullback, but you always get a big rally afterwards where RSI goes to an overbought stage. And that is what's going to happen this time. RSI is oversold, and we are going to get a recovery. We're going to bounce up, and it's going to get to an overbought stage, and it's going to cause a rally. Believe it or not, I don't care. That is what is going to happen. It's just, when is this going to happen? So AMC will recover, believe it or not. Stocks do not just go down. A reverse split needs to have at least 10 days of notice. It will not happen unless AMC goes under $1 for longer than 52 weeks. I don't believe AMC is going to go lower than $3.60 in any scenario. And AMC will recover and start moving back to the upside. And when it does, it's going to have a subsequent rally because of how low and oversold and beat down it's been for this long. So guys, I do believe AMC has a lot of hope, and there is the potentiality that if price does get down to a certain level, shorts could even cover then, because the price gets low enough where it's acceptable and cheap enough to cover, and that could cause a rally as well. Multiple things could cause AMC to squeeze, as well as a black swan event or GME taking off and breaking the dam. So I believe there is a ton of hope for AMC, but we just need to take this punch in the gut and get through to the other side. As far as the technicals are concerned, we want to see if we can hold that $4.13 level. If not, we're going to be heading down to about $4, and then underneath $4 is $3.80. Guys, if you found this video informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more content like this. This is pretty much everything I have for you. I will be doing the live stream tomorrow, giving you guys more predictions and updates and analysis on what is next. Again, as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, guys, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you that watched the end, because so few people are able to watch the end because attention spans have been absolutely decimated by things like TikTok. If you made it to the end, your thirst for knowledge is real, and you will be able to succeed. Just keep trying, and make sure you always do one thing: pick yourself up when you do fall. As always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.